Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm setting my October 2021 goals along with my weekly action items for week 39, which includes the first few days of October. I'm also going to be showing you my reflection, and since we are going into the next quarter, I have some quarterly reflections as well. So we're going to start with the reflections, then go to the monthly goals, and then go to my weekly action items. That's the plan. I think we're ready to get started. I am ready to start a new month. Not that September was terrible. I have so much stuff on my desk right now. But I need a fresh start. I love a fresh start. I've said it a million times, and I need it. I need it. So I've got two books here because I'm finishing up quarterly goal book. What are we calling this? The Q3 book and moving into my Q4. But we need to finish this one. So let's get into it. We're going to go to the very back and talk about my monthly reflections. And then I've got my quarterly compass. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but I do want to kind of set the stage for what I'm going to do for next month. Okay, so when I sit down to do this, I really just brain dump into here. It's just whatever comes to mind. I always kind of think of things later as I'm working through my goals and I'm doing my brainstorming and stuff, but this is just my initial brain dump for September of 2021. Okay, biggest wins this month were I got some answers about my body. I went to a lot of doctor's appointments. They did a lot of tests. And I do have some answers now, some things to do. I did lose some body weight. Strength workouts are getting better and easier. Strength is a goal that I have in my health and wellness goals this year. So I just want to build on that. Things that are currently working, my job, is going well and is easier. I have more energy. My routines are rocking and rolling, and I've been doing some intentional rest, usually on Sundays. Currently not working. Anxiety spikes sometimes, some aspects of YouTube, and not enough fun. I need more fun, and it's definitely something I want to explore in October. What I learned this month, I'm stronger than I think. Consistency with diet and exercise is key. Gratitude can be powerful. I'm still kind of finishing up the daily gratitude challenge from MAKSELIFE, and it's been really, really good. And it kind of reminded me that gratitude's important, and intentional gratitude is what I need. I can't just come up with gratitude. It has to be part of my routine or something that is intentional. Okay, improvements or adjustments going into the next month. I want to up my strength workouts in terms of the amount of strength that I am lifting along with the amount of times I'm doing it per week. I also want to make a list of things that I want to incorporate from this book that I am still finishing called Buy Yourself the Flowers, and it is so good. I love her writing style. So when I'm finished with the book, I want to go through it and make a list of things that I want to incorporate into at least the rest of the year, if not going into the next year. What am I most grateful for right now? My health, my mom, my job, more information from my doctors. Habits I want to nurture, definitely gratitude. That's the only one that really jumped out at me, but I do want to kind of work on those strength workouts. And once I get this list put together, then I can kind of work off that. So the 6 here feels a little misleading because I ended the month really well, but there were so many low points that were really a struggle for me. So I don't know, a 6 feels fair, but if I were to say it right now at the end of the month, I would say it's closer to a 7 or 8. So we went with 6. So let's go into the quarterly compass now. So we do this every 3 months, just checking in with the previous scores and everything. So it looks like I decreased, but I wanted to note here, as I was doing this, I added them up a couple of times because I was but I feel a lot better than I did 3 months ago. So what's the deal? And so I wrote a note here, what personal actions contributed most to these results? I went down in some areas, but I grew a lot in health and wellness because it affects everything else. I take pride in that, and it will get better from here. This is my most focused category for this year. And if I can work here, it really just trickles down to all the other categories I have found in my life. 3 words to describe generally how I felt over the last 90 days. This is hard because, like I said, there's been some ups and downs in this last quarter. And yes, I felt anxious. Yes, I felt lonely/alone. But I also felt a lot of contentment. So just a total mixed bag for Q3. What is my biggest opportunity for growth? And what area of my life will be the main focus? So I definitely want to build on my momentum in health and wellness, but I have realized I also want to explore some more opportunities for fun. So this is what I'm working with for October and building my monthly goals. Before I switch to my monthly goals, I do want to kind of just dress this up a little bit. I've got some markers here, some mild liners. Let me just choose some colors. So this is September. That makes me think of like, ooh, this red. It's like orangey red. There's so many in here that it's getting hard to get things out of it. And the orange is really, really bright. So I don't know if I want to use it. Maybe like a gray with this might look kind of cool. So let me just kind of, like I said, just dress it up a little bit. All right, so that just kind of brings a little bit to those pages. I am going to keep this handy and just kind of open so I can refer to it with my monthly goals. So let's move here. So this is a brand new book. The last one, well, I actually have one because I didn't start with this. So I have one more that's empty that I might start the year with, but I'm definitely repurchasing these because I am loving them. Okay, so here is my monthly goals page. I'm going to be using this page from the little booklet that comes with the companion notebooks. I just tore it out and I slipped this into the back here, this pocket, so I can have it when I'm working on my weekly actions and my monthly goals. These are things to consider in each area of life. I love this list. It's definitely something that reminds me of things and like gets me thinking. I've also got, of course, my yearly goals in my big Moxie Life. So here are my annuals. I've also got my mind map, which is, I don't think I'm going to do this next year. I'm just kind of thinking about 22. But I definitely love the idea of mapping out and connecting to my word. So I think I want to do something similar, but a little bit cleaner and connected to my word of the year because I have loved my word of the year this year. I don't know how I'm going to pick another one because I love it so much. It's going to be really hard. I might even just go with the same word because it's been so beneficial to me. Okay, so let's get started. I feel like I need to pick some colors and I want to do some fun colors since it is October. Definitely love these two. That's fun. Maybe some orange in there as well. That might be kind of fun. Okay, so let's go with those. Oh, and I need a dot marker. Maybe I'll use the purple for my dots and the orange for my markers, like my habit tracker kind of thing. All right, so let me put this, let me resituate. So let me write in October over on these two spots. Okay, that looks horrible. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that later. All right, let's go to personal. Let me go back one page. All right, so let's get into my October goals. All right, when I'm thinking about personal, and I've got my little list kind of propped up here, and I'm looking at it right now. When I'm looking at my focus, I really do look at the words in those things to consider boxes. And sometimes I'll just pull them straight from there. And for this month in October, since September is so up and down, I really am drawn to the word peace. And just looking at my annual goals here, I definitely want to take a break from working on my routines because I feel like they're working and I don't need to like do anything with them right now. That may change and I will add it back in. But for now, my routines are really good. I do want to put in reading for this month. This, I'm actually going to tie to YouTube. And last month in September, I took a break for a whole week and it was good for me. It wasn't good for my channel, but it was good for me and I needed it. So if I need to take breaks, like drop down to less videos or take the whole week off or whatever, I need to be able to do that and do it without guilt. Also, self-care night every week. This just throughout the month, I think will be good as, you know, an intention. Really the creativity, I'm kind of pouring into my memory keeping, so I don't feel like I need to add anything like that. So let me put in, I think that was 3 things. So I'm going to do reading, I'm going to take a break as needed with YouTube, and a self-care night each week. Okay, so I'm going to use this bright teal for my little tracker markers. So I'm going to put one for each week there. All right, I feel comfortable with that. Let's go to fun and recreation. So I said in my reflections that I wanted to do more fun things, and I'm definitely going to have some fun with family this month because they're coming. I'm just going to put fun here because that needs to be my focus. So I do want to do some stuff with my sisters, like individually and together with them. I also want to keep my rest on Sundays. So I don't think I put that in my, I didn't put it in my annual goals, but I realized that's something that I need. No, it's here. Rest time per week. I did. Okay. So I had some foresight in the end of 2020. And then I just want to put in 2 fun experiences for this month. I don't know what they're going to be, but I just want to kind of think about that as I work through my weekly actions every week and try to think of some things. Okay, so with my tracker, I'm going to put 2 marks here because I have 2 sisters and I want to do something with each of them. And then here, and then 4 for each week for my rest on Sundays. I love this color so much. It's like my favorite mild liner. So pretty. Okay, let's go to work and learning. Okay, so work is going really well. I don't feel like I need to do a ton in this category. I do want to maybe focus more this month on like YouTube stuff and see, I want to do like some research and just kind of figure out some different things. Maybe learn some different things that I haven't tried before. And I want to do some like research at work. I read, I'm going to put learn here because that feels like a good word. I want to do like some projects, some research. I don't know what I'm going to research, but I'm going to find some new things, new interests at work. And I also want to reply to their professional development submissions. So I think that was 3. So let me write these in before I forget. I just added 1 extra to continue the crash course series that I have been watching every week. It's so good and it's quick and it's something that I always take something from. So that's good. Okay, family and relationships. So I do have that family weekend. I do want to like make a point in my goals to focus on enjoying that time and having just like soaking in every minute. I also want to call my grandparents and keep contact with my family. And I also want to just get some things for my sister and my nephews. Just some little things. Oh, I forgot to add my little trackers here for every week. Do that real quick. Okay, so focus. What should my focus be? I always put connection because that seems to be the best word. And looking at this too, like connection seems to be still just the word that needs to be there. So we're going with connection again. Okay, so I think that was 4 things that I just said. May have been 5. If there is, I'll add another dot. Okay, so let's move over to the other side, health and wellness. So I feel like now that I have like some real good doctor's advice and directives, that I feel very focused on what I need to be doing for my health, which is good. I kind of was walking around blind for a long time, longer than I care to admit. But you know, the word evolution, I always come back to it every month, and evolution is the goal. But I really am drawn to like the word lasting change. I think change was my focus last month, but I want to focus on lasting change. So I'm going to make that my focus. Okay, so I have some things definitely that I want to put in that are from my doctor. But I also want to work on like reducing my anxiety. I think I need to do 2 columns here like I did last month. Anxiety has just been up, and I'm not really sure why. It just is. Like, I don't know. I need to figure out what is the source of it, because I don't really feel like I should be that worried about anything. So definitely want to work on that. Also just like skincare, I've been a little bit lazy on that. So I feel like I want to work on that. Physical strength, I think I want to go up to 3 times a week. I don't know if I can do it every week, but I feel like now is the time to push myself. So hopefully I'm right on that. But yeah. Okay, I think this is 5 or 6 things. So let me just put in the things that I know, and then I'll add anything else I may have forgotten about. I'm just going to add one more, and it's kind of like general and vague, but I'm going to put act on doctor's orders. So maybe when I work on my weekly actions, I can think each week, what am I supposed to be doing right now, and work toward that. I forgot my little trackers over here, so I'm going to add those in real fast. So there's one here. And then for my strength here, I'm just going to put the tracker right below. And the rest of them are good. Meal planning is going to be a work in progress. I've been using a meal delivery service just for ease, and just getting back into eating what I'm supposed to be eating. So I'm going to wean myself off of that and work on meal planning. Okay, next is spiritual and personal growth. Okay, the word growth is jumping out at me looking at my list up here. Definitely growth. I feel like this whole year, I have made so much progress internally. I'm just assuming there's going to be 3. I want to keep growing, becoming better, you know? So I really want to include the gratitude, because I talked about that when I was in my reflections. That was really powerful. So I want to do more gratitude, and maybe I can try some different ways to collect that gratitude and see what sticks. Definitely my memory keeping. I want to keep that for sure, because that's important to me. And, oh, I think I'm going to pull from my reflections again and make that list from the book that I have been reading. Okay, that feels good. For financial, let's see. Definitely just some like housekeeping stuff that I need to take care of. The word management, maybe I'll put manage as my focus. Just managing my money, because I feel like also growing in that area as well. I also just want to, this may be something weird to put in here, but I also want to like spend without guilt during my family weekend. You know, like just enjoying myself, because I have the money to do that. I mean, we're not going crazy or anything, but I don't want to feel guilty about any of it. So I'm going to put that in here too. just catching up here on, I think I'm going to do a weekly tracker here for my gratitude, also for my memory keeping. And then for every week there, and that's it. Okay, so for physical environment, so my word of the year is comfort. I don't think I've ever repeated a word, like a focus word, but I don't think there's any harm in that. So I just want to have a peaceful environment and whatever is bringing me peace. What do I want to do with physical environment? I definitely have some things to do outside. So I need to treat my yard and winterize. I also need to finish cleaning up the beds and stuff, especially after all the leaves fall. I've been kind of deep cleaning a different room every month. And that has been working out really well. That's not on my goals, but it's something I've like tried out and has worked really well. So I think I'll do the laundry room this month. And then I've already got seasonal decor up for fall, so I'm going to wait until November for more of that. I think maybe also just cleaning after my family comes, because they're coming to my house and staying with me. I don't need to worry about having a super clean house for my family. They don't care. And I can clean afterwards instead of cleaning before and then us destroying it. Not destroying. But, I mean, it's going to be a lot of people in my little house. And I will just, like, clean afterwards. It's, like, not a big deal. I can let that go. Okay. I think 3. Let's see. I'm not going to put in the yard work because that will happen, like, regardless of if I write it down, because it has to. Okay. So now we're ready to go to my weekly actions. This feels like a marathon. Let me see what I can do with this little section here. I'm just going to take the whole date out. And then let's see what happens here. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and then I'll write in the date again. Okay, now let's go to weekly actions. So this is the week of, let me look in my plum paper real fast. 27th through October 3rd. All right. I think I'm going to use this again because I love it so much. I'll just keep the theme going. Let me do orange for this, and then I'll do my titles. Let me write in my titles real fast. So I've been writing them in like this, and I'm kind of liking that. I love stickers too, but I kind of just am enjoying these more simple spreads. So let me write in the categories, and then we will jump in. Okay, my hand is tired, but we are moving along. So for personal, I'm going to just go ahead and put in 2 for everything right now, except maybe budget, because I think I only need 1 there. I'm going to put 4 here because that seems to be pretty typical. Okay, I may add some more, but that's what we're going to start with. So for personal, just flipping back here, I definitely want to read and self-care night. Let's just keep it really simple this week. Okay. Fun and recreation. Ooh, okay, definitely the rest on Sunday. I think I will do, I don't think I have anything coming up on my schedule at all. I don't think so. I'm going to think about this one for a minute because I just don't know. Let me put in I've been slacking on my interactive podcast. Yeah, that works for this week. Okay, work and learning. Okay. I definitely need to do this and this. I think I'm just going to do those 2. And there's nothing else coming up at work for this week. I do like to look at, events that are happening, meetings, things like that, but I don't have anything big happening at work. Okay, family. And relationships. I want to FaceTime with my sister this week. We haven't done that in a couple weeks, and we need to. My nephews are growing so fast. Now that I'm just taking a little pause here, I'm going to go ahead and do that. See, here's why I like to write in the highlighter first, because this pen is really inky. I love this pen. It's my favorite, but it's very inky, and it does smear even after it's had a long chance to dry. All right, health and wellness. So this is my big focus and category. I'm going to save the meal planning for just like maybe 2 more weeks. But definitely, let me put in the strength. So 3 strength workouts. And this one. What can I do this week to reduce anxiety? You know what I can do is work on my sleep, because sleep, I've been tracking it in my plum paper. Look at this week. It just went down and down and down. So I think I can do that. That definitely helps my anxiety. And then I'm going to put in this first one and skincare, because I need to tighten that up a little bit. Okay, personal and spiritual growth. I always put my memory keeping, and I'm going to do the gratitude this week. I'm going to just experiment with some gratitude. I think for this week, I just want to do a gratitude list, just a running list. That's it. For financial, I just want to update my budget 3 times during the week. Okay, physical environment. So I just finished deep cleaning my living room, and I'm just going to take a little break from the deep cleaning. But I can work on my yard for sure. That definitely needs to happen. And I want to clean throughout the week. Okay, this is done. Everything's done. Okay, let me write in this real quick. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. So let's recap and see how this went. So September, up and down, up and down. Here's the last week. I've got my September monthly reflections at the end of my Q3 book, along with my quarterly compass, kind of guiding me for the rest of the year. Then I've got my monthly goals all ready to go with my little trackers and my weekly action items set up for the last of September and the first few days of October. I'm so ready for fall. I know it's like technically fall, but the weather takes a little while to get here in Texas, but I'm ready for it, and hopefully we have good weather for our little family weekend. I'm so excited for that. We've already got some tickets to the pumpkin patch, and I'm sure we're going to find some other fun things to do. So I'm just ready for October. I'm ready to close the door. I always am. I'm ready to close the door on September and move on and try again in October. I feel like I have some really good momentum, and I'm putting my energy where it needs to go, where it can make some real change. And so let's do it, October. I mean, let's get into it. So ready. I love this color of this new book too. So pretty. And then hold on to your vision. That's perfect for this last part of 2021. How are we so close to the end of the year? Insane. All right, I hope that you all enjoyed this goal planning video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload, and I will see you next time. Bye.